Welcome back, aliens. My name is Davin Reddy, and in this video, we'll talk about Numpy or Numpy. Now, basically, Numpy stands for Numerical Python. See, when you talk about the world of AI, machine learning, data science, it is all about numbers, right? Ultimately, you crunch the numbers there. And if you want to perform those operations, we use a library called Numpy. See, Python is very famous in the AI world, right? It's not because it has everything in the language. It's famous because it is easy and there are a lot of libraries which are already built to do all those tasks. And Numpy being the foundation of those libraries. Now question arises, why do we need Numpy? And what is lacking in the Python language? See, when you want to store a data, you normally store them in a variable, of course, right? If you have one value, you will store that in one variable. It can be any type of data. It can be integer, string, character, float value. You can store that in variables. What if you want to store multiple data? Of course, you can create multiple variables, or you can store them in one variable, right? And that can be with the help of list. And it's very famous, right? So if you want to store multiple values, we normally prefer to go with list. It's not like we don't have arrays in Python. Example, if you're coming from other languages, let's say C, C++, Java, or any other language, we do have this very famous concept called arrays. For me, my first language was C, and I thought arrays should be a part of all the languages. And array, not just one-dimensional, multi-dimensional is supported in multiple languages. But coming to Python, this is something we are missing. We do have array module, but unfortunately, the array module in Python supports only one-dimensional array. You can't work with multi-dimensional. And that's where Numpy solves that problem. Now you'll be saying, okay, we can use array for one-dimensional. Normally, we use list to store multiple values. What's wrong with list? Yes, you can store multiple values, but then in list, you can store any type of data. Oh, that can be done in array as well. But in list, in one list, you can have different type of data. So it's like heterogeneous. On the other hand, in the Python array, we need to have same type of values. So which is better? Of course, if you're working with huge amount of data, structured data, and when you want to perform operation, you perform the operation on similar kind of data. Okay, so let's try to understand the array in Python, and we have done that before in the earlier videos. But if you talk about array, this is how you create an array. Basically, you have to specify that you want to create the array, but also you have to mention that which type of data you're going to store. Example, with the array, you have to also mention the type code. So if you want to store integers, you normally say I. If you want to store unsigned int, you can go with capital I. For long, you can use small l, capital L. If you want to store float double, you can use F and D respectively. But what if you want to create the array? So you can just go down. There are multiple methods available in arrays. But if you go down, yeah, this is how you create the array. Of course, you have to import the module, which is array module. And then you can create the array. So you can create a blank array by saying, okay, this is of type long, and you can append the values later. Or if you want to have values, example, you want to create a long array, but with the values, you can specify the values here. And same goes for double. You can specify the values here. So quite straightforward, but only it supports your single dimensional if you want to have multidimensional. So what I mean by multidimensional, so if you have one value, that's single value. If you have series of value, that's your single dimensional array. What if you want to create something like a matrix or a table? In that case, you'll be having multiple rows and multiple columns, something like this. And this is where you need a two-dimensional array. What if you need a cube? In that case, you need three-dimensional, and list goes on. So how do we solve this problem? And that's where we can use Numpy. Now, Numpy is a library which is not by default part of Python. You have to install it separately. And once you have Numpy, you can perform those operations. So if you go to the official website of Numpy, the new version is 2.1. I've never seen the versions, but yeah, 2.1 is there. That's what it says. But let's look at the important things. You can see it is a powerful n-dimensional array. Basically, it is saying that it can go with n-dimensional, not just one. So as you can see, it also says performant. Basically, if you talk about the list in Python, they are very slow. And I will show you the demo there. But it's very slow. And Numpy, on the other hand, it is well-optimized C code. So basically, it is very fast compared to Python. It is easy to use, and it's normally used for numerical computing. I'm not sure if I mentioned the full form of Numpy before, but Numpy stands for Numerical Python. And if you go down, of course, you can try out NumPy code here as well. But if you go down, you can see there are multiple domains which they specify, scientific domain. So most of the scientists prefer to use NumPy. And of course, it's a foundation library. You can also use it for data science. Example, the pandas and scikit-learn, all these are based on NumPy. And for machine learning, there are different libraries, and all these are based on NumPy. So it's very famous. So that's why if you know NumPy properly, it is easier for you to work with other libraries. Okay, once we have talked about NumPy, let's do a simple code. And to show, of course, I'm not going to explain everything, the code itself. Just see the difference, the speed difference between the list and NumPy. So, and we'll see a simple demo of NumPy as well. Okay, so let me open the Jupyter. Okay, I want a notebook. Okay, so we got a simple file here, and let's write some code. So basically, I want to create a list, okay, two lists, and then I want to add them. So all the values. Now you would be saying, okay, well, how many values will be having? Not 5, 10. Let's go for a million, okay? So I already have a code. I will just copy paste the code so that it will make it faster. So I want to create two lists here, and let me just get the code. Okay, so there are two lists. One list has all these values, and I think it's 100 million. The second list has from 100 million to 200 million. I guess it's 100 million. I'm not even counting it. So it's a huge number, right? And creating this list itself will take a lot of time. How much time it takes? Let's try. So I will just import the time package, and I will say start equal to time.time. Let's use this function. So this is my starting time, and I'll print current time. Let's subtract it with start, and let's see how much time it takes. Normally it will take a lot of time. Let's run this, and by the time it is running, we can change certain code. It will take a lot of time because we are creating two huge lists. And here I want to do something, but I think if I click on it, okay, so it took around 10 seconds to just create this list. Okay, that's a huge time. But I want to perform an operation as well. So what I want to do is I want to add these two lists and keep them in another list. So let's say we got the list C here, and let's perform the add operation. So I'm using a for loop and add these two values of A and B and keep it in C. And it will take a lot of time. So let's see how much time it takes. So if I run this, and it will take a lot of time, so just keep it running. And now on the next cell, I will write the same code but using NumPy. So for NumPy, what you normally do is you import. So by default, NumPy is not available. So you will simply say NumPy as NP. Now I already had NumPy in my machine, so I can directly use it. And this is the code. Similar code, as you can see, but the difference is in NumPy, if you want to create an array, you can say A range, which is array range, and you can specify the values. So we got second list here, which is B, and mind you, the earlier cell is still executing, okay? And my machine is also slow, and suddenly my machine started giving fan noise. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear the noise. So yeah, it is taking a lot of time and also resources. On the other hand, NumPy, I'm not sure if I should run this now. I should wait for the first cell to complete. When I was trying it before the video, it took around 30 seconds. I think 30 seconds is already done, right? It's still executing. How do I know it is executing? Okay, it says busy. Maybe it is executing. Okay, so it took around 55 seconds. Oh, that's huge. It should not take that much of time. Last time it took around 30 seconds. I don't know what went wrong. Maybe my machine is very slow now because I'm also recording the video, maybe. Now let's run the NumPy one and let's see how much time the NumPy one takes. Okay, still busy. It should not take at least 55 seconds. It should be less. I think the addition time is not that much. It's mostly the creation of the list. Still busy. I think my laptop will die now. I should have reduced the number. Okay, this is a sound it's making. I'm not sure if the mic is picking it up. Maybe it's also doing the screen recording, so it's also consuming a lot of power. So you can see it took around 15 seconds. So 55 seconds and 15 seconds, huge difference, right? So that's what I was talking about. So NumPy is fast. NumPy supports multidimensional array, and most of the libraries are dependent on NumPy. That's why you should learn it. So that's it from this video, where we talked about the basics of NumPy and how it looks like. In the upcoming videos, we'll focus more on NumPy and we'll try different examples. Bye-bye.